Hey everyone, my name's Adam Archer, and today we're going to be taking a look at everything I picked up this year at Blade Show 2024. The absolute last thing I picked up was this very special knife. It is a Emerson Custom CQC7. These can only be purchased either on the secondary market or through a lottery system, which is basically an event on its own where you put your name into a drawing. If your name is picked, you can go up to the table and buy one of his knives. Now, multiple hundred people enter his lottery, so your chance of getting a 6, which is normally the first knives to go, is very slim. So I've been winning one of these even prior to starting to go to Blade Show in 2012. Very excited to be able to add this one to my collection. So, super excited. I would have been happy with just getting that knife, but did pick up a lot more knives at Blade Show. The first knife I actually picked up was this, also an Emerson. It was a automatic Elvia. So Emerson has started a automatic knife company. He opened a shop outside of California so he could make automatic knives. And this is the Elvia with blanket inlay. Kind of a unique handle on that. It makes it so normal grips are not really to be used. So it's normally handled like this. Let's zoom out a little bit. That. Or like that. So rather interesting. That was a first come, first serve knife. I believe they brought 25 to the show. Another first come, first serve that I went after, this was actually the second knife I went after, was a Hinderer. And it is a XM18 automatic with aluminum handle. So you can see green with titanium hardware, or blue titanium hardware, and Bowie blade. I originally was aiming for a blue handle with like a carbon fiber inlay, but they did not have any of those. This one looked very nice. So I'm happy with this one. We're very happy. Nice kick on that, and really like that blue and green combination. The second lottery I won, or actually this was the first lottery I had won at Blade Show. It is for a Burnley cypop. Kind of a unique bottle opener knuckle that has a very active fan base. This one has, or is stainless steel 0.25 with a little diamond inlay. I believe this is called the petal pattern. No stamps on this side. I think he does have a brawler stamp on this side. I believe that's what it's called. And those are the details on it. So you can see, rather pricey item, but these do have a quite high, or higher than that, secondary market, so no worry there. I believe he brought like 6 cypops for the cypop lottery, and I believe I was picked maybe second or third. There were 3 on the table when I came. One that isn't particularly unique for Blade Show is the Riot XOU in aluminum. I believe they're all aluminum, and this is in coloration silver. So it's a gravity knife that is a utility. I've replaced it with a carbide blade. It's just very fun. Very cool little utility knife. I'd wanted one of them, so I picked it up while I was at Blade Show. Also picked up a Guardian Tactical. They were there again this year, and they had not been in the past couple years. And they had a show special, which is the GTX 25, which is basically one of their smaller automatics. Green handle. Super smooth. Very nice little knife. I believe their show specials were $140, so about $100 off their MSRP. So automatics can be absolutely fantastic to pick up at Blade Show, as a lot of companies have like a show special. You won't be able to pick out a certain variation. It's literally what they bring is what you get. Talking about show specials, Kershaw had their own show special, which was actually at the Matt Diskin booth, and it is of the live wire. And I loved the coloration that they had on this live wire. Green, or more like a lime and black, with like a speckled combination in there. Black Tanto blade, and I believe that is Magna Cut, and serialized out of 300. So these were $150 a piece. Really like those, so I picked up 2 of them. Unsure if they had a limit. I just asked if I could have 2, and they said yes, so I picked up 2. Okay, so now we're getting into some of the more used knives that I picked up. I am a big fan of Discontinued knives, and Blade Show is a great place for that. I got this old school Spyderco Karambit. This is actually one of their collector series, number 27. That's been discontinued for a long time. Another discontinued item I picked up is a Microtech SOCOM dual action. So you can open it up using thumb stud or the push button. So thumb stud or push button auto. Very cool. A knife I've been wanting for a while and was glad to have found one down there. This one was made a long time ago. You can see that, $6.98. So made in 1998. And one thing that was fun was this year was Microtech's 30th year anniversary. So I ended up bringing a Microtech that was almost 30 years old. So I didn't buy this there, but I did bring this to the show. Made in October of '94. Showed that to some people at the Microtech booth and they appreciated it. Let's just bring a few up here and we can go through them. Okay, so let's go through the box first. I do like to collect Daltons, so I ended up picking up a Dalton Millennium. Very cool knife. Been wanting one of these for a while, so happy to pick that up at Blade Show. Very snappy, authoritative out the front, single action. Picked up some clones of the Benchmade Auto Benchmite. Very neat little knives. These are rather old now. Almost like a little money clip knife. A Paragon black knife, or seal, in blue. I'd never seen them in blue before, but super cool. This one's probably about 30 years old, as that's when they were really all making the black style knives. A Nitrox, I think it's the Nitrox 98. It's supposed to mimic the Mini UTX, or Mini UDT. They were American made, but they were supposed to be a little bit cheaper. So, saw one of these, was like, I like the design, I'll pick one up. You can actually still get them from different dealers for about $100. This one's gonna have a little bit of a funny story. So it is a Crawford spike, a straw spike, as you can see there. So you can screw it in here to make a little spike weapon, or here. To make almost an ice pick. The funny thing about this is you have to be very careful when you're trying to screw it in, because you don't want your fingers down here pushing against these threads, because the threads are actually sharp enough to cut you. So I have a cut on my thumb, not from any of the knives that I've been dealing with the past few days, but from the threads on a spike. So that was just funny that I had to have a band-aid on my fingers throughout the second day of the show because I cut myself on the threads. Of course, I love the NATO military or the Edge Coast style automatics. This one is a super automatic that is broken. So, as you can see, when it tries to pull back, it wants to bounce off and not actually stay in the handle. Sometimes will, but not very functional. So they sold it to me for $10. I have a little pile of broken NATO militaries that this one will go into. I may try to fix it. They are semi-collectible, so always like to add those to my collection. Next is another automatic. This is a Pat Crawford. Not Crawford. It is a... oh goodness, it doesn't say on the knife. I have to... The spike was a Crawford. This was... Let me check my notes. Oh my. I did not add this one to my notes. So, I don't remember who made it. Purdue. It was Purdue. Because I remember he did the Benchmade Axis lock, where he made a lot of Benchmade knives. Yeah, it was a Joe Pardue custom automatic. Only writing on the knife that I've seen is that 2 with the arrows. Very strong spring on that, and it is coil spring driven. Really like that. And lastly, I picked this up. It is a Blind Horse Knives spear that was a collaboration with the Canterbury, or Dave Canterbury. The funny thing is, I walked past this table and saw it and was like, that's kind of interesting. I looked at this sticker and thought it said $75. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I'll think about it. Walked back, looked at it again, and then I saw it says $175. So I walked away and was like, I'm not gonna pay $175 for it, especially since the guy wasn't there at the moment. So I was like, nah. So ended up looking it up, finding out it was worth more than that, and went back like a 3rd or 4th time and asked, hey, would you be willing to negotiate on it? Looks like it says $175. And he said, nope, that's $75, not $175. So picked it up. It does look like $175 to me, but nope, he said he was selling it for $75, and that's what I picked it up for. So there you go. Very cool leather sheath on that. Definitely a cool thing for $75. I don't know. I have no clue if what I just said made sense, but there you go. That is, I believe, everything that I picked up at the show. Yeah. So, definitely a big year for picking things up. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Bye.